What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters, man. Um, got some good news for everybody who was concerned for what it's worth. Got my daughter back again after 6 months of her being gone. Her mother brought her back. I'm gonna read you a text that she sent me. This her mother. This is what she said. She said, "You can have your brother or one of your family members that I know come pick up your daughter. I'm not going to deprive my child of something that will make her happy. And I know she wants to see you. Hopefully you'll be respectable and keep our communication solely about her. That's it, and that's all." Okay. The reason why she say one of my family members is because I guess she don't want to see me. More so to do with more shame than anything. And when she say, hopefully you will be respectful and keep our communication solely about her. That's it. That's all. She's telling me not to pry into her personal life or things she do. But those things are really like, how could I put this in words? That's just like me telling her, my baby over here, but don't worry about nothing else I'm doing personally. No, it don't really work like that, especially if my actions and carelessness and the people I'm around and things like that could be a bad influence to my child, can hinder my child, can bring corruption to my child, could endanger my child, then no. I mean, no, I can't say that to her because this is her child. Same thing with her. If your lifestyle or what you're doing and things that I may not approve of as a father that we agreed to before we had our split up, that's the thing I hate. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. We shouldn't have a problem co-parenting if we stick to what we agreed to do when we were together. But this seems to be a problem sometimes in relationships. And when you love somebody and you break up with somebody, split ups ain't really so easily. Usually if you break up with somebody, you just walk away and it's no problem. I doubt if the love was even that strong for what you knew love to be. But when you really care about somebody, you really love them, you break up and y'all go y'all separate ways. Sometimes breakups is not that easily to walk away from when you have an investment in somebody. Now, with that being said, one of the reasons I will have with her is her carelessness when dealing with my daughter's condition. But a lot of people who don't know about my daughter, my daughter has autism. She's an autistic child. One out of the 7 children. I got 7 children. She has autism. So I'm really overprotective of her because of her condition. And and it actually made my love more stronger for her because of her condition. And it positions me and establishes me to the point that motivates me to stay on a positive track and to continue to push forward because I have a child that's at a disadvantage. And life is going to be hard for her because of her disadvantage. Now, with that being said, that's her mother only child. And for her, sometimes she get careless. Like she do careless things. Like, I know in her heart she want our daughter to some degree, not to some degree, she definitely want our daughter to be as other children without her condition. But that's not the point at times. And I get offended when she forget that because she can't cross the street like other children can. Her mind ain't quick to comprehend and even adjust and coordinate to certain things in life that could be split seconds, life or death decisions. You understand what I'm saying? Again, like them streets, crossing the streets and things like that. And she, and in her mind, and because she been so protected and so watched over, she don't really have a sense of danger. You understand what I'm saying? Because I keep her from so much stuff. She don't have a sense of danger. You understand what I'm saying? And her spirit is innocent and pure. So she don't have a sense of danger. So running out in the streets, you get what I'm saying? She don't know danger. You get what I'm saying? I just thank God that none of that stuff has happened. So me and her mother get into it because of certain things like that. Like, and her mother lived on a higher floor from where she lived. So I'd be like, hey, make sure them windows locked and down. You get what I'm saying? And she, they say something to the group, like, she ain't gonna do that. You don't know that. But as a parent, you have to be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? And in her condition, even though you hopeful, you cannot rule out what could happen. What could happen. Did that get me? Because like I said, I'm attached to this little girl because I know she need me. And I don't trust her with nobody. I was talking to her mother on the phone after we made peace because I had to humble myself. And I'm just keep it real with y'all. You know what I had to say in order to get this girl to actually speak to me and humble herself? Sad as it is, I had to tell her that I had cancer in order for her to humble herself, to really put aside her feelings, to bring my daughter back, which is sad. Which is sad to even go to that extreme. And it bothered me, but I knew I had to do that because I'm thinking of the welfare of my child. Even though I want to snap, like she said, be respectful, because I usually just let her have it. But I'm like, I can't do that. No matter how I feel, no matter how angry I am, my daughter needs me. I need to humble myself because I have her best interest. Even if it means kissing butt, even if it means doing something I shouldn't be having to do as a father to get her to understand this. So I told her I had cancer, and she immediately called me back, talked to me, asked me how I was doing. I'm just shaking my head. But she gave in. I'm talking to her. She said something that really disturbed me. She said, like in the thing, she said, I'm not going to deprive my daughter of something that, like she said right here, I'm not going to deprive my child of something that will make her happy. I know she wants to see you. So her mother told me, she said, she asks about you every day. And she asks about her dog Farrah every day. Now I'm thinking when she's saying every day, she just be, how people be like, man, y'all be hating on me every day, but people probably don't do it every day. They probably do it a lot, but not every day. So I said, when you say every day, is you just speaking or you really mean every day? She like, no, I'm serious. Every day she asks for you. Again, I just started talking to her, so I don't want to, because in my mind, I'm like, if your daughter asking for her father every day and you know her father, I could see if you protecting the child from danger or she was being hurt, or she was in a bad environment, but that's not the case. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't be around none of that stupidity stuff. I don't even like it around my child. You get what I'm saying? So she know that's not the case. If you know your daughter is best safe with her father, like she have been her whole life, and you know that little girl, I'm all she know. I'm her world. Just like she mine. Regardless of what me and your relationship is at the present moment, you know she in love with her father. You know her father love her. So with that being said, if your daughter is asking for her father every day and you know how she feel, but you love her unconditionally, why would you deprive her of that? Why? What? This what I be meaning. As a mother, when you hearing your daughter ask for her father, who she ain't never been separated from, and you know took good care of her, take good care of her, why that don't bother you? And if you say you love her, and this your only child, unconditional, will give her the world, why would you deprive her of her world? That's all she know about. For 6 months, she's saying every day my daughter asks for me for 6 months. Even to the point she say, and she know your area, so when we be driving and I'm around your area, she'll be like, Daddy house, take me to Daddy house. You would ignore that as a mother just to be spiteful because you feel you have no leverage or power over me, but you know this what I'm crazy about. So since I can't hurt him this way, I will hurt him through a child type stuff. That's bogus and out of pocket, no matter how you think, how you feel about it, no matter what our differences is, because I will never do that to her. I can never, and I'm going to keep it real with you. I learned a lot through this situation about her personally. Because when we were together, I never saw what I see now. You get what I'm saying? When we were together, I never saw what I see now. Like when we were together, she knew my other baby mamas used to do that stuff. And I remember her saying to me, like, she only doing that because she can't hurt you no other way. She know you crazy about your kids, so she try to hurt you through your kids. She said, but I never do that to you. I don't care. Me and you never be together and we break up. I can never keep her around her father, away from her father. She gonna know who her father is. She gonna know who her father is, regardless to what. I'm gonna tell her all the time. I'm like, right. And then this happens. You become guilty just like them. So my point of what I'm saying is, I would never do that to her. But that's crazy because I found out, like, wow, can you really be that vindictive and that spiteful that you can hurt your own child just to prove a point to me? Hold on, baby. Okay, yeah, come. Show Stoppa. I got it.